Imagine this. It's the early 1800s in a quiet Tennessee town. You live in an old farmhouse surrounded by endless fields and thick, looming trees. Life should be peaceful, but for the Bell family, peace was shattered by something they couldn't see, couldn't understand, and couldn't escape. It began subtly, a gentle knock on the walls, like a curious tap on the shoulder. Then whispers drifted through the dark, whispers with no human voice behind them. The Bell family brushed it off at first. After all, what harm could a few strange sounds do, right? But as days went by, those soft noises turned into something far more sinister. Now, quick question. If you heard something whispering to you in an empty room, would you stay put or bolt out the door? The Bells decided to stay. Brave, or maybe just curious. Either way, they stayed. And what happened next took things to a whole new level. The whispers grew louder, filling rooms even when no one was there. The children, especially young Betsy, felt the cold, lingering presence the most. Betsy would wake up with scratches on her arms, her hair tugged, her bed sheets ripped from her bed. Sometimes it felt like an invisible hand was gripping her so tightly she could barely breathe. And here's where it gets really strange. This wasn't just some random ghost hanging around. This entity, which they began calling the Bell Witch, seemed intelligent, almost like it enjoyed toying with them. It could hold conversations, mimic voices, and it even seemed to understand the family's deepest fears. Word spread fast. Neighbors and travelers flocked to the Bell house, hoping for a glimpse of the supernatural. Some saw furniture slide across the floor on its own, heard strange voices mocking them, and felt an icy chill creep down their spine. It was as if this spirit wasn't just haunting the Bells, it was putting on a show. But for Betsy, this was no show. She was trapped, night after night, in what felt like a nightmare she couldn't wake from. Her family tried to protect her, but the Bell Witch seemed obsessed with tormenting her. Friends who came to help would leave, terrified, swearing never to set foot in the house again. Now here's where things take a shocking turn. This haunting got so intense, it captured the attention of Andrew Jackson. Yes, that Andrew Jackson, the future president of the United States. He was known as a fierce, fearless general, yet even he couldn't resist the pull of the Bell Witch's legend. But did he actually face the spirit? We'll get to that soon. Jackson and his men arrived with a mixture of excitement and skepticism. They were ready to debunk the myth, maybe even have a good laugh. But as their wagon approached the Bell house, it suddenly stopped dead. Horses frozen, wheels locked. Jackson, baffled, tried every trick he knew to get the wagon moving. Suddenly, out of nowhere, they heard a voice warning them to leave if they knew what was good for them. Jackson's men were spooked. Rumor has it, even Jackson, the bold military leader, decided that facing the Bell Witch might be a bit out of his league. He left, shaken and silent. So much for the fearless general. After Jackson's departure, the haunting continued for years, eventually culminating in the mysterious death of John Bell himself. To this day, people wonder if the Bell Witch killed him. Could a spirit actually take a life? The mystery lingers. The Bell Witch's story has grown into one of America's most terrifying hauntings, a ghost story that refuses to fade with time. Some say the witch is still out there, lingering in the fields of Adams, Tennessee, waiting for her next visitor to challenge her. So here's something to think about next time you're alone at night. If the Bell Witch was real, and many believe she was, what does that mean about the things we can't see, but might still be out there, watching us, waiting for us to notice? If you're intrigued by more chilling tales like this, don't forget to check out the next video on the screen. Drop your theories on the Bell Witch in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. After all, You never know what we'll uncover next.